this video, I'll be playing Minecraft while I keep you company and you fall asleep. We'll be adding to our build, doing some simple tasks like fishing, and doing some more adventuring today. We will also be looking to tame some animals, so feel free to relax and I'll get started. Alright, so we are back in our little peaceful world here. That thing is just so cool. Alright, let's see what we want to do. Let's do a little organizing. Let's put our blocks away. And let's step outside, shall we? Let's check out and see what we have going on here. We have some wheat. Yeah, why don't we just start with some farming? That's nice and relaxing to do. I actually really like the sounds of farming in Minecraft. Oh, looks like we're missing a spot here. Now, let's do some planning. I'm thinking I would really like to see if we can build something maybe all the way around here somehow. Look at this giant waterfall. This is like Niagara Falls. It looks to me like there's another one here that goes over top of this area. And that right there is actually a lush cave. That's kind of cool how there's a little stream that goes between two red flowers. Not to mention this huge bamboo forest. And there's a mine shaft right there as well. Look at that, there's some rails, cobwebs. Perhaps we'll do some exploring in the future. But maybe we'll get a little bit more geared up before we do that. Let's collect our sugarcane here. Something I was thinking about doing was some detailing on the outside of the house. What does a jungle trapdoor look like? Yeah, that looks kind of nice. I kind of wanted to see if I could make some shelves, which might help decorate the outside a bit. So we need to get some logs for that. Let's take down this tree, shall we? Then I think we have to strip the logs. There's 6 shelves. That looks kind of interesting. I think something interesting could be turning this area into trapdoors. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it looks kind of interesting. I think with the remaining iron we have, maybe we should craft a helmet. And we don't have enough for boots yet. So I think we're going to have to do some mining. Let's make some bread. We'll make ourselves another pickaxe. And before we go mining, let's make sure we sleep off the night. I'm thinking maybe we do adventure down that way, since we do need to light that area up. And there is a mine shaft, which could have a few interesting things in there as well. So I'll make an iron pickaxe. Let's get a water bucket. And I think before we go down, let's just make a few more torches. Or I guess what we can do is actually just make sticks, and then I'm sure we'll find some coal along the way. Alright. So let's decide where to go next. I think maybe it would be great to go down there, where there's some iron pieces. So why don't we take this waterfall down just ever so carefully. Let it bring us down to this area here. There we go. Just gonna build myself a little blockade here. Oh, let's collect some dripstone. Why not? And let's get this iron here. It's really nice just spending time mining. Let's light up this cave a little bit here. I hope you guys find mining in caves just as cozy as I do. Alright, so now we're looking for some coal. And then we can make some more torches, as well as smelting up our iron. Oh, there's some coal right here. Might just have to take care of this guy here real quick. That's no problem. So I'm thinking I'm gonna start doing a bit more adventuring in caves, so you might start to see a little bit more action than a little while ago. Still gonna try and keep it pretty calm for you, so it's nice and relaxing. Let's get some torches up in this area here. Look at how the light just comes in. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. I see some coal up that way. So I think I'll head that way after taking care of this guy here. Let's grab all this iron here, and then we'll head up and get that coal. It's nice to have a good supply of iron. Alright. So let's bridge over to this side here. Nice and carefully. No problem. Let's make ourselves a little blockade from the water here. And then I think we can swim up for the rest of it. Let's go get that coal up there. And then I think we'll return home to do some smelting. Alright, let's make some of that into torches. And let's head back to our little home base. Wow, look at all of our wheat. Almost all of it has fully grown. That'll be very useful for us for when we go back to mine. We will have a nice supply of bread. Let's put the beetroot seeds in. Alright, let's go inside and sleep off the night and do some smelting. There we go. And I think next I'm going to want to go and check out the mine shaft over there. Let's make ourselves some boots. Now we have a bit more armor. We do have a crossbow here. And that was from taking out the pillagers who decided to visit us a couple days ago. But we don't have any feathers, so we're not able to make any arrows yet. Let's go take a look and see the mine shaft. Maybe I'll head this way this time. Let's collect some of that coal down there. And I'm just going to leave torches along the way so I remember which way to come back. I like to light this area up a little bit before continuing to explore because it's a little dark. I see we have an interested skeleton already. There we go. And look at that, he dropped some arrows for us. Well, just one arrow. And this area has become a little bit busy, but we're doing all right. All right, let's collect all this coal here so that we have enough for torches. That'll help us make quite a few more torches for now. So let's head down to the mine shaft. I'm just going to light up this area, make it as safe as possible. Look at that, there's some more coal here. We could use some of this for more torches. I'm just going to make more right away because we're not looking like we have a lot. Let's see if we can find any chests down here perhaps. Some more coal. Well, there are cobwebs here, which is good because that can give us some string, and we can maybe make a fishing rod, or perhaps we could make some more wool, which could help us make a bed that we could travel around with, perhaps. But let's just see if we can collect some first. I do need a sword for that. And I don't have a crafting table on me, so let's collect 4 pieces of wood here. Crafting table. And there's a sword. There we go, so we're getting some string now. Ah, and here's a chest. Let's see what's inside. Mostly just torches, some bread, coal, and a golden apple. But we're getting a lot of string, so that's good. Let's just keep exploring and see what we can find. And I'll make sure to collect some coal along the way as well. Something my wife and I like to do when we're mining is to place torches on the right side when we're traveling in caves, because it's pretty easy to get lost, especially through a corridor like this with almost like a maze-like structure. And so when the torches are on the right side, that indicates the direction in which we continue to travel deeper. And like now, when I need to head back, all I need to do is follow the torches, which are going to be on the left side. Okay, I think because there's a lot of coal and iron around here, I'm just going to go switch to an iron pickaxe. I hope you guys are getting nice and cozy. Maybe you've already fallen asleep. Alright, we've got some more string, which is great because I think we can make a bed now. Starting to get a little maze-like in here. But that's okay, we've got our torch method. I think what I'm also going to start doing is I'm going to smelt some iron. And we're going to make some shears here. So I think it would be nice to collect some of these items here. This is glow lichen, and I feel like it would be kind of cool to build with it somehow. Alright, so now we can collect these. There we go, glow lichen. I think I'll just pick these up, bring them home. Once I feel like we've fully explored this mine shaft, we can head back and maybe make a fishing rod. I just want to see what interesting things I can fish up. Now, of course, this area is full of water, which is a little strange. There we go. As you can see, these mine shafts tend to go on for quite a long time, but that gives us an opportunity to explore quite a lot, which is really nice. I think I'll take all this coal here. I've been playing Minecraft actually for many years. I took a small break before Minecraft was really in its prime, but I played back when Minecraft was first released. It was a very simple game back then. In some ways a bit of a better game. But it is very fun to explore the Minecraft of today because there are many things you can now find and acquire that you couldn't back then. But sometimes I wonder if Minecraft was a bit cozier back then. I see it started raining. I find the sound of rain to be pretty soothing. It really helps me sleep. So I've just been collecting a bunch of glow lichen and string from cobwebs. And I think we've collected more than enough for what we need to do. So I think we'll head back now. That was a really nice adventure. All right. Much better. All right, let's go to sleep. All right, I think we need to make some more barrels. I'm just gonna move the torches around a little bit, make the lighting a little bit nicer. And I think we'll just carry out the same pattern with blocks being on the right side and items being on the left. Let's smelt up some of our iron here. And I say let's make a fishing rod. There we go. Let's see what we catch on our first cast. Why don't we make this our little fishing spot? I think I'll build a bridge over to it. I think let's go cut some of these trees down here and we'll use the wood to build a bridge. Alright, so what I'm going to make actually are trapdoors, which I think can be kind of fun to build a bridge with. It's just going to be a small bridge anyways. Just a little winding path here. I think that's pretty cool. And then maybe we can make some support beams down below that. But first, let's see what we catch. No way, a pair of boots. That whole forest over there has a bunch of pigs. Just pigs in the forest. And we got a fish. I think I see a parrot right there. A little white parrot. I wonder if we should go tame that. I also see pandas. Huh. Maybe we should go say hi to the pandas. And before doing that, I'm just going to make little support beams for the bridge we made. Alright, let's see if this is enough for fencing for this bridge. There, now it kind of looks like it's being supported. Of course, it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom yet, but visually it looks kind of like it is. Maybe we can replace this corner piece with wood as well. There we go. Alright, let's go across the water and see if we can find some animals. Maybe it's a good time to build a boat as well. Why not make a red boat out of the mangrove logs we have? Alright, let's go say hi to the animals. Yeah, some cute pigs here. Forgot to bring seeds to maybe tame the parrot that I saw, so just gonna collect some seeds here while we're walking through a grassy patch. So we have 12 seeds. That might just be enough. Let's collect some bamboo as well. Oh, look at our house out over there. That's looking quite nice. Look at that. We've got some pandas. You want some of this bamboo? There you go. Look at that. Oh, that's so cute. Maybe we can make a baby one. Here. Are you guys gonna go make a baby? I'll check back in on them later, but we need to go home and sleep, so let's go do that. Alright, let's see if we can find that parrot. Aw. They look so cute. Very interesting looking jungle here. Oh wow, yeah, that opens up into a ravine. Oh, there's some chickens. Yeah, and a parrot. That's a very cute parrot. Want some seeds? There we go. Didn't take too many. Look, now I have a parrot on my shoulder. And these chickens, of course, want the seeds as well. I say we bring these chickens back. These guys look pretty cute. This is a very dense jungle forest, but I really like it. Be cool to build like a tree house in here one day. See you later, pandas. So I'm thinking maybe we make a farm. A little barn area. And I feel like since there are pigs here, this might make a good little area. Could just make the barn across the water. Because I don't think we want to hear the animal sounds that close to us. I'll have to return here, but I think that this is a good enough spot. Ah, he dropped an egg. Perfect. Brown egg. Alright, let's come back with some fences. I think we'll chop one of these trees here again. Ah, look at all the wheat we have now. And our carrots are growing, so we can spread those. I think my parrot wants some seeds. Let's turn some of these bamboo into sticks. And let's make ourselves some fences. Alright, hopefully that's enough. And maybe we will bring a few beetroot, some beetroot seeds, so we can maybe do some breeding. Alright, let's head back. Oh, we got some eggs now. Nice, we got a lot of eggs. Alright, chickens. Yeah, let's place the barn right by the water. I feel like this is a nice area. Nice and accessible for me as well. Alright, let's go ahead and breed them up. There we go. Look at those little baby chickens. Now for the pigs. Let's bring them in here. Come on in. There we go. Perfect. Oh, look at that big head on that little pig. Looks really cute. Alright, I think we should finish off the day with just a little bit more fishing, just to relax. Let's just see what we get. Alright, so I've done some fishing. Only got one raw salmon and one raw cod. But as you can see, the sun is now setting. So let's head back to bed. Alright. So we've collected a lot of items over the last many days. Also, look at all of this iron here. So I think it's safe to say we can make some upgrades with our tools. Why don't we make an iron axe again, since this one's almost broken. Maybe we can make an iron sword. And I think I would like to go and check out the lush cave, because we can get a lot of plant material and bushes and such down there that we could build with, perhaps. So why don't we head down there? It's going to be a bit of a journey, but we have a lot of upgrades now, so I think it'll be just alright. So let's go jump down to the water here. It'll be nice and safe because the landing in water, you don't take any damage. Alright, let's make our way over to the lush cave area here. And I think I'll just drop a water bucket right here. Perfect. Oh, there's even some more glow lichen. Alright, so we've made it to the lush cave area. And as you can see, there's a lot of moss. And so I'm just going to go ahead and collect a lot of this stuff here. Eventually, if we want, we could compost a lot of this organic material to make more bone meal if we need it for anything. But for now, I'm just going to collect it, perhaps for decoration. And it looks like we have some gold here, which is new for us, I think. Ah, here. We have some glowberries. Oh, wow. So we can use these shears, actually, to collect them. Alright, I think we've collected enough of the moss and any of the other lush cave items. And we'll just climb up this part of the waterfall here. There we go, we can head back up. Well, it really is a rainforest up here. But we've made it. And I think with our 3 flowering azalea bushes here, maybe we'll plant some around here, make this area look even more alive. Perhaps we'll put one right there. Maybe another one right there. And right here. Now we just have to make some more bone meal, and then we can grow those. Alright, so that's 4 bone meal. There's 1. Oh, and that one needed 3, so there's 2 trees grown. I think that's looking nice. And we may need to make some more for the next one. But I think for now, let's head to sleep. So I was thinking what we could do with this glow lichen is maybe we can use it somehow for texture on the outside of the house here. Makes it look like a like an old rundown log cabin almost. We'll see, maybe at night it'll look nicer, but I'm just experimenting just to see what it might look like. Just a cozy cabin with pink windows. And as for the glowberries, I think let's add them inside and let them grow. So those will hopefully grow over time. We can even spread some more glowberries here. Use our shears. And they will eventually grow downwards. So I'll plant some more here, just so we have a constant supply of growing glowberries. Eventually we can decorate with, which would be nice. With the string here, let's also make ourselves some wool. We just need 3, because I'm gonna make myself a bed in case we go for an adventure. It would be great to have a bed that we can take with us. Something I've been waiting to do for a little while was to actually make some cookies. And now we actually have the ingredients to do so. Let's see if we can just make a bunch of cookies. There we go, we have 48 cookies. How nice is that? Alright, so we'll need some more bone meal, which we'll probably get later on. And then we can grow this tree here. In fact, actually, let me take that away. And I think I'll add this to our little flower plot here. Maybe put it right there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Oops. I'll fix that later. And then I was thinking we could take our shovel here. And I think we should make a bit of a flatter path in that direction. So I'm just gonna make a path here. Doesn't really matter exactly how it looks, but I would like it to be a little bit more organized and smooth than it currently is. Maybe we'll just run it along the bottom edge here of this layer of grass. Perhaps with this oak sapling, we can just add this to one of the tree areas here. Just place it right here. Alright, I think today, let's just spend most of the day fishing and just relaxing on our little natural dock here. I'm starting to actually how the glow lichen is worked into the edges of this house here. Not so sure about the pink windows still. We'll have to decide on what to do about that. But I think we should perhaps get some more wood and maybe we'll make some sort of a border around here. Oh, we got a tripwire hook. Very random. But I think Minecraft is just a great space to wind down in. Really depends how you decide to play the game. Because nowadays, wow, as you can see, we have a Power 3 Flame Unbreaking 3 bow now, just from fishing. It can be a very exciting game. Even just looking at these fish here, they seem to be jumping around and almost wrestling each other. So as you can see, there's quite a few exciting aspects to the game, and it's just nice to settle down and just do stuff like fish and relax. Well, look at that. We've actually come away with quite a few useful items this time. We now have a saddle, which means we can actually find ourselves a horse and potentially tame and ride the horse. We've also found ourselves a name tag, so I think in the morning we shall name our parrot. I'm not sure what to name our parrot though. Let's think. What do you want to be named? We'll name him Floaty, because he floats a lot. Let's make an anvil with all the iron that we have. Mind your ears, I'll place it down now. And let's name him Floaty. Floaty the parrot. Where'd you go? Floaty. Oh, he's on my shoulder. I don't think I can name him when he's on my shoulder. Maybe if I jump? There we go. There you are, Floaty, as he floats away. Can I make you sit somewhere? I think what I'll do is I will make a little perch here, and I'll just have him sit there. Want a cookie? Can I give him a cookie? Oh! What? I right-clicked. I actually right-clicked a cookie on him. Well, let's go find ourselves another parrot. And we'll have to fish up another name tag. And I think we have to make a tombstone. Well, Floaty is now with the Lord. I don't understand. He was just floating away. But I think this will have to be where we put him. Yeah, let's put Floaty's tombstone right here. R.I.P. Floaty. Keep floating. Let's just put some moss carpets around here. And we'll put a little torch there. Alright, let's go get some more parrots. Maybe we'll get a few. In fact, maybe we will also get a horse first. Let's collect some apples, maybe some wheat. I'm not sure what the horses like to eat. But let's go do that and bring back a horse. It's disappointing. Sometimes that just happens in Minecraft, and you have to remind yourself it is just a game, and accidents do happen. What I am happy about is finding this saddle, and look, there's actually some donkeys over there. But I think we want a horse. Okay, which horse do we want? This one? This one? Or this one? I think this one looks the most different. It's got a dark patch on him, versus these two over here have white on their legs. So I'm going to feed this guy some apples and wheat. There we go. Let's see how long it takes us to tame this guy. Oh, he likes us already. Look at that, we can put a saddle on him already. Now he's nice and fast. That's really nice. Alright, let's go see if we can find another parrot. Look at this guy go. Alright, let's keep our eyes open, see if we can see or hear any parrots. It's pretty hard to maneuver a horse through a bamboo forest, actually. Yeah, I'm getting all tangled up in here. I did originally see a white parrot. I thought that one looked pretty unique. So maybe we will end up finding it again. Oh wow, look at the edge of the water here. This is a very large jungle. And seeing those trees, the flowering azaleas naturally occur. That actually means there is a lush cave underneath. And there's a panda bear upside down right there. Alright, let's keep looking. Now we do have a bed on us, so we can travel a bit further. Oh, look at that! Oh, there's 2 parrots. I think that's Floaty's cousin. Alright, let's take all the seeds we have, and let's see if we can tame both of them. Okay, let's get the green one first. Okay, he's a little picky. Oh no. Are we gonna have enough seeds? Please. Oh my goodness, this one wanted a lot. Oh no, we don't have enough. We have to collect more seeds. Let's see, maybe Floaty's cousin only needs 2. Nope, he wants more. Let's just spend some time collecting seeds. I'm sure they're not going to disappear. Alright, let's go to sleep, and we'll see if we can tame them in the morning. Alright, let's focus on this guy first. Gotta collect more seeds. Still doesn't want to be friends. So I won't show what just happened, but I found Floaty's cousin. As in exactly the same bird. And well, I tried to feed it a cookie, and maybe as some of you might have guessed, I looked it up and it turns out cookies are instantly fatal to parrots in Minecraft, so I won't be doing that again, and we're gonna go find a parrot whom I will not feed it a cookie. I am just working on collecting enough seeds, and then hopefully I'll be able to find the parrot. Okay, there was the green parrot nearby, but that one, oh, there he is. That one's really hard to find. Where'd he go? Okay, there he is. Okay, I promise you I won't feed you a cookie. We have 11 more seeds. We've given him already over 20. 3 more. Oh, there we go. We got him. Alright, let's find our horse. There he is. Okay, so we found ourselves another parrot and a horse. Let's head back, I think. Who would have thought the most stressful part of a relaxing video is trying to keep a parrot alive? Well, sometimes in Minecraft or in games like it, that is the case. You'd think they wouldn't put cocoa beans in a jungle and give you the option to craft a cookie if parrots are allergic to cookies. But so be it. I think what would be cool is if we could get a bunch more glowberries. Maybe we could completely line the inside of the ceiling here out of glowberries. Maybe even make like a multi-tiered platform, sort of like a treehouse structure that goes sort of underneath and around this. It's a big project, so we'll see if we get around to it, but I think it could be kind of interesting. So I think for now, we'll leave our horse right here. And let's see if we can craft a lead. I think we only need string for that now. Yeah, look at that. So, I think we'll make a stone wall, sort of like a fence post. We'll put that right there. And let's attach our horse. Oh. And we'll actually place the fence on top of the stone here. And there we go. You've got a horse hitch right here. Looks like you might need some more room, but that'll be good enough for now. As for you, we are going to have to fish up a new name tag. And before we do anything, let's make sure I place you on that perch over there. Maybe it'll fly there on its own eventually. Oh, does it like it up there? Oh, maybe not. I'll give it some more options. So we'll place some more perches around and maybe we'll see where it wants to go. Then we can... hopefully we can sit the parrot on one of those perches. Alright, and I think the rest of the day I will be trying to fish for a name tag. And while I do that, we can think about a name. He's not the cousin of Floaty, but he's definitely related. He's awfully green, so maybe Greeny? Or Lushy? Maybe Lushy is a good name, since there's so many lush cave biomes nearby. Or Mossy. Or Junky. Jungy, because of jungle. That doesn't sound nice enough. Look at him, he's being super patient, waiting for me to finish fishing. He's not quite floating like Floaty did. He's almost flapping. Maybe Flappy. Yeah, I mean, he tweeted after I said Flappy. Right, Flappy? And there he tweeted again. Okay, I think we've got our name. Let's also not forget to put some light down here. Alright, so we've got nothing else to do except find Flappy a name tag. And so finding a name tag for him we shall. Oh, we got a pufferfish. Yeah, we're gonna get one, Flappy. You just be patient. I've actually recently started fishing in real life. I haven't spent enough time actually fishing to catch any fish yet. But yeah, it's been very interesting. It's actually quite similar to fishing in Minecraft. There's a simple process where you cast the rod into the water and you just wait. We also have a bobber on the end of the rod here. That allows the hook to sink to wherever you set the bobber to, because the fish that we're after, they actually reside deeper, especially in the summer. But in other instances, fishing can be quite different, because especially in the ocean, there are a lot of wild fish that chase other fish, and so lake fishing can be quite different than ocean fishing, let's say, but specifically the lake we're fishing in actually has farmed fish, and the farm fish, they actually don't like to chase things. They're used to being fed, so It's quite interesting. When you're fishing for them, you actually just have to sort of do what they're used to. And they're used to being fed, so we put little bits of corn on the end of our hook and just throw it in and wait, and they come to the corn. At least that's the hope and that's the theory. But since I haven't caught anything yet, I don't know if that's true. But that is the theory. That is the running theory. And for ocean fishing, or river fishing, specifically for fish that are not farmed fish, you typically want to try and act like a fish, or use bait, or lures that look like fish, or maybe look like something that's interesting to the fish. And you might even want to do some different techniques like moving the rod up and down, which I think is called jigging. Or if you're on a boat, you can do some trolling. Hold on a minute. Okay, so we've got a couple things on this fishing rod. One of them is a curse, which is not ideal. The other one gives us some more treasure items that can come out of the sea. So maybe it'll increase our chances of getting a name tag. But yeah, so ocean fishing, maybe if you're on a boat, you can do some trolling, which is basically just putting the fishing rod in the back of the boat, casting it in, driving the boat constantly. So it's sort of like the lure or whatever you're using to attract the fish is moving underwater just like a fish would. But of course in Minecraft, all you have to do is find a body of water and throw the fishing rod in and just wait. And it's just a random chance of what item you might get at any given time. Well, that was the end of that special rod, but that's alright. I hope my rambling has been relaxing enough and that you've really got yourself tucked in and relaxed and perhaps fallen asleep already. And if you haven't, that's alright. I'm sure you'll fall asleep very soon. Sometimes for me, if I struggle to sleep, it's really a mental thing. It's really important to just remember that everything's going to be alright in the end. For us in particular, we believe in a God. We believe in Jesus as our God, our Lord and Savior. And, some of you might find that funny or controversial, or might find it really hard to believe. But if you do find a way where you can believe in Him, it really helps, because you can talk to Him like a friend. He has your best interest in mind. And even if you're going through a really tough season, just remember that it is just a season, and seasons change. There's 4 seasons in the world. There's, spring, summer, fall, winter, and sometimes those seasons can be difficult. Sometimes the summer is too hot, sometimes the winter is too cold. But just remember that the next season is just around the corner. It's just a matter of time. And yeah, you just have to put your mind to that sometimes and just remember there is someone out there watching out for you and paving a way for you. He's opening doors and he's going to help you, and he's going to help you sleep. And part of that is actually he's helping you sleep through me, because I didn't really think I would be making these videos. But I just so happened to gain an interest in doing these videos where I help you sleep and I play games like Minecraft. And I think that's God. He's helping me help you sleep. So, either way, Just remember, it's going to be alright if you haven't fallen asleep yet. Alright, let's head to bed. Speaking of sleep. Let's also think of a name for our horse. Sometimes it helps to take our little pets on adventures before we can really know what to name them. To really see their character through the actions that they do. Alright. We're going to spend one more day just seeing if we can collect a name tag. There is a chance that the mine shaft down there still has some chests. There might be some areas we haven't explored yet, and so I think if we don't find a name tag after today, we'll go down there and we can hopefully find a chest. That was the sound of Flappy imitating a drowned. Because there's one right there. But they're not interested in us during the daytime. I think it's just so cool that Minecraft can naturally generate a structure like this. Not to say it looks realistic, but in comparison to a flat, blocky world that Minecraft once used to be like, I don't know how computer engineering can create such a diverse but also specific, like look at this structure here. This is kind of like a dripstone cave specific looking stone outcrop. And it's all part of the same archway that sits over top of a dripstone cave and a lush cave. And then of course we have the jungle, which just so naturally fits in here with all the vines. Just all the vines drooping off on both sides. Oh, we got a bone. Yeah, and I think if we can't find a name tag in, well, fishing today, or in the mine shaft tomorrow, we'll go on an adventure with our horse. Not in particular for the name tag, but I think I just want to see what other biomes are nearby. Maybe we can find a desert, or a snowy biome, and just spend some time riding our horse and adventuring. Sometimes you just need to get outside and do something different. Sometimes when I'm working every day, just doing the same thing, I find it hard to relax or fall asleep. But just the other day I actually went fishing in real life and I slept so well that night. Oh, I don't think I've ever collected a bamboo from fishing. I feel like that's new. Huh. But yeah, just getting outside and doing something different than you're used to doing. Of course, having to fish, we had to walk to the location, and so a little bit of exercise. That can also help you fall asleep easier in the nighttime and relax. So yeah, let's take an adventure with our horse, and maybe by the time we come back, we'll have a name for it. And something we haven't done yet is see if we can get diamonds. Maybe we'll consider that as a future goal and collect some diamonds and make some tools and armor. I think that's a nice, relaxing, but also exciting adventure option. Okay, so we have not gotten a name tag by fishing. Okay, as I place these torches down, just to light up this area, I'm going to share some bad news with you. Apparently, I am not a very good parrot owner because I have, with a lack of a better word, slain my own parrot again. And so I apologize if that's not relaxing, but that is the reality. There is no longer Flappy. So as we reset our farms here, I think we just need to let that one go and just realize I'm not someone who can take care of birds in Minecraft. I won't show how it happened, but I don't mind telling you I just accidentally swung my sword, but that's okay. Like I said, things happen. We no longer need to look for a name tag for Flappy, but I'm gonna head down there and see if I find another chest, and maybe we can name our horse. Let's put some torches right there. Realized our house is not super bright at nighttime. Ah, we have a glowberry we can harvest. That's at least one piece of good news. And I think we're gonna do some composting before we head down. Because if we do want to complete that goal of adding glowberries to the entire archway out there, we are gonna need a lot of bone meal. And we have a few bones, so that helps. So let's collect a few glowberries here. Okay, nice. So we have 9 here, and I think we should just place them here and there and let them kind of grow on the inside of our house here. There. And as all of these grow, they will spread. Glowberries will grow on them, and then we can harvest them and continue to potentially work towards adding them to the archway there. But let's go to bed. Okay, let's make some more bread. Okay, we're gonna adventure soon, horsey. But first, let's head down into the mine shaft again and see if we can find a chest. So we'll just quickly scan different areas here just to be sure we've explored it already. Something that's interesting right now in my wife and I's life is we are living in a place that is extremely noisy. So if you do hear anything, I do apologize, but the reason I'm bringing it up is it's just funny timing because I've never understood more how important sleep is in our life until it's almost taken away from you because of how noisy it is. And of course I'm here making sleep content, so it's a little bit silly, but it's also kind of perfect because I now understand why and how some people can struggle to sleep and what that feels like. Because for me and my wife, it's not about ability to sleep, it's more about, just we're not physically able to. It gets quite noisy and we just have to wake up. And at nighttime, it's also noisy sometimes, so it's quite difficult to be very tired and not be able to sleep. So this is definitely a humbling experience, but it's also educational. I'm happy to now know what some people, maybe some of you, go through, that it's difficult to sleep for many reasons. Sometimes thoughts, sometimes just the physical nature of sleep is uncomfortable, or noise. And yeah, I feel for you. But yeah, all that talk, let's just head to bed and fall asleep. Alright, let's collect some of these glowberries. And we're gonna have to make some more barrels here. So I'll just place another one right there. So I am going to end this episode here. And when we get back, I will be taking this horse on an adventure. And we'll probably just go in that direction over there and just see where we can go. So I'll see you in the next one. And I hope you're sleeping well. I wish you well, and God bless. Good night.